Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to an overcast Clark Oval. No rain to speak of as yet. Looking forward to a very important clash as East Point endeavour to make it 14 wins on the trot, and they'll have to arrest a deficit of 80 points sustained here at the corresponding fixture last year, where Sunbury were big winners 109-29, but they've come a long way since then, the might of the Kangas. After that, well, blimp in the road really in round one against Darley. They haven't looked back, having won their 13 thereafter. Games going on around the region this afternoon. We'll keep you updated with those scores as they come to hand. Bacchus Marsh host Darley. Melton South are at home to Ballarat. Melton are up the highway to take on the Lakers, and Redan at home at City Oval to North Ballarat in the Roosters' last home and away game of the season, given they have the bye in round 18. Well, Sunbury look to bounce back with aplomb here this afternoon. They've lost 5 of their last 8. And in that process, they've just won 2 of their last 8 opening quarters. So it's all about getting away to a good start for Sunbury this afternoon. Of course, East Point booted 7 unanswered goals against North Ballarat last week, but that was at Eastern Oval. It was a different Saturday. So a new kettle of fish unfolding in front of us here this afternoon. Muir returns into the ruck. Sutton will wear the number 68. Of course, he and McLean make up some 47% of all Sunbury season goals, where East Point have 5 of the top 25. It's time to get play underway. East Point to kick to the right of screen. First tap to Van Meel. Pressure on the footy from Robinson was good. So too Egan back into the side today. Ground level ball, chance for Johnson wearing the Joe Dodd number 6 today. Slippery ball through the Quagmire. Who can get it out? Power, tackled. Could have been pushed by Rodder Moronis, but the umpire said no. And there'll be a ball up opening minute here at the Clark Oval. So there's some dark skies to the left. Whether that'll have an impact, time will surely tell. But in the meantime, good conditions. And they're off to the races through Cameron. Sunbury deep into attack. Sutton the target. He's got it. He's taking a mark on the chest. And a good start here for the Lions. Marshall waking up there for the Kangaroos' defence, albeit in the name of Howard on that occasion. That was all a little bit too easy with the advantage breakaway from Cameron through the middle. And Sutton just in front of Howard, just marked uncontested on the chest. And a shot on goal to come. So no real breeze to speak of. If anything, it is favouring the Sunbury end left of screen. So Sutton on the way. Has he got his kicking boots on? He has! The Lions are off to a flyer here at the Clark Oval. Tick over a minute gone. Sutton on the board with 1 goal, number 60 for the season. They're 1 goal straight 6. East Point no score. So some good midfield pressure there from the Lions to generate that free kick and subsequent advantage through Cameron. He got an all-important effective inside 50, and the finish was good from Sutton. Good crowd in attendance here today too. In the event of rain later, scores paramount early. Ball up, tap one by, well, we'll give it to Van Meel. Went goal side, Meel with the hurry kick across the body. Bouncing ball, McLean attacked it. Geez, he was hit hard there by Brown. Umpire called play on. He's got it back there. Brown pressure good from Egan. Loose ball opportunity. Through traffic there went Lamp. Turnover handball. Gathered by Kenny. Dumped as he kicked. Kicked towards half back. No mark taken there. Onto the left boot. There goes Egan. Inside 50. Sutton. Second grab at it. Got it on the half volley. And there'll be a ball up. So a good start here from the Lions. The only goal through Sutton. Urban with the tap. So some good pressure early from the Lions. Q gets up. The restart. Urban assuming the ruck duties. Won that tap. Good pressure there from Johnson. Speak of Matty on that occasion. On his opposing number 6, Egan. There'll be a ball up. Urban again. Van Meel call it even. No real hit to advantage. Loose ball opportunity here for Power, who's held up there by Taylor. And there'll be a stoppage. Some 35 metres away from the Sunbury goal. Tap one by Van Meel, searching for Howard. Got a loose hit over the shoulder. Umpire called play on. Loose ball, gathered by Sutton. Shoveled it out to Cameron. Couldn't gather cleanly. Brown could, but he was double team tackled there by Urban and Miller. Could be a ball up. Power it was, in fact. So with the restart, tap one by Muir. Hurry kick there from Power. Went forward. Well read off the boot there by Merritt. Normally trusty with the boot. Went wide to Matty Johnson. Dribbling ball made it difficult for Ronald Moronis. He's in a swarm of Sunbury players around him. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It'll go against Sunbury. So some pressure on early. That's what you need to bring against East Point. So Matty Johnson goes a little more central. Dangerous kick. Kick out to be good, and it was. Gathered there by Molan. So they've got the overlap here, the Kangas. Chance here for Thompson. Got the ball towards half forward. Jeffrey can run onto it. He can chip it over the top. Geordie Johnson all on his own. And then, well, dumped as well there by Lieber. This will make a sure of it. This will be 50 every day of the week. They'll bring him right up to the goal line. But he was 9 out of 10 times Geordie Johnson to kick that anyway. So good on Sunbury for bringing a bit of physicality into the contest. Just reminding East Point that they're not going to get all things their own way here today. But Geordie Johnson gets the square up, albeit on the scoreboard. They're a goal apiece here in BFNL's match of the round. 5 minutes gone opening term. East Point won the under-19s with a kick after the siren. And Sunbury way too good in the reserves. Comfortable winners. Back a smash for the opening goal at Manningley Park. Back in the middle, tap one by Van Meel. Hot footy at the moment. Van Meel then dispossessed there by Lewis. Good hustling there from Lewis. He'll square away the stoppage. Lake Winter East 6, Melton 7. They're the only other scores registered thus far on the HQ. Guthrie was dispossessed. Cairns shoveled it out only as far as Muir. His kick across the body for the Lions. Went to True out of centre wing, now half forward. Foot race on. Urban couldn't keep it in over the line for a throw-in. Out of side half forward. So Geordie Johnson and Sutton with the goals here today. 6.5 minutes gone. Shallow boundary throw-in. Egan just bulldozed his opponent there in Kenny. We conceded a free kick. Cairns took the advantage. Sent the ball towards half forward. Johnson gathered. Speaking of Geordie, wasted no time. Nice mark taken there by Callum Lieber. Running back with the flight of the ball. He'll go short. Kick was good. Found power. Got time to measure the kick through the traffic. And found Urban, who marked uncontested and wasted no time. Poor kick, really. Good stretch in the end. Oh, a little clip over the head there from Egan. Just a little, how you doing? Welcome to Sunbury. Q took the intercept mark inside the Kangas defensive 50. So he goes with the right kick, close up against the boundary line. Brown happy just to get a touch on the footy over the line for a throw-in on half forward broadcast side for the Lions. Scores level here, 7.5 minutes gone. That'll be Van Meel to contest the ruck with Bygate. Van Meel won that tap, hoping for Cairns, who knocked it further afield, only as far as land. He went by hand to Muir, who's pressed up and got the overlap hand pass. Loose ball opportunity here for Lewis. Sent it out the direction there of Sutton. Howard on his hammer, knocked it towards the boundary. Wanted a hold. It was either a hold or deliberate, one or the other. The umpire just said, throw it in. Some 45 metres around from the Sunbury goal, this time out of side. Tick over 8 minutes gone. So good contest in front of us here. Tap one by Bygate. Found Canny. Tackle was hot there from Sutton. Half a sling in the end. But a repeat stoppage. So Sunbury have certainly brought the physicality. They've made their presence felt. Tap one by Urban. Johnson. Tackled, taken to the ground there by Sutton. A copy-paste stoppage. So plenty of pushing and shoving going on. Of course, Sunbury needing a win this afternoon to keep their third place chances still alive here. Through the congestion goes Muir to a one-on-one. McLean had it knocked away from him. That was excellent defence. Right foot kick across the body. Got to Brown on the bounce. Made it look easier than what it was. Went with the right foot kick towards Robinson, who presented. Williams just ran past the footy. Robinson, pressure over the ball. Dragged it back in. Stolen in the end there by Callum Lever. He squared away a stoppage in the end, and then we a ball up. 9.5 minutes gone. Good start to this game. Living up to the billing. Bygart won that tab uncontested in the end. There'll be another stoppage. So the umpires with more of it than anyone else here so far in this opening term. Stoppage into the double figure numbers already. Ball up. Tap one by Bygate. Got it to Cameron. Hurried kick forward. They've got an out number here, East Point. And Merritt, the beneficiary on this occasion, can go lateral if he wants, but goes the longer option. And the kick was okay and found Fraser, who's got Howard with the overlap. He just needs to go now. But he went to Conlon. Howard still in the ball game. But again, Conlon goes to the long option, and the kick was terrific. And found Kenny, who weighs up the options. Sent the ball to half forward. Jones presented, took a nice juggling mark, wasted no time. Kick was awkward. Went in the Johnson direction. Muir did well. Went with the left hand. Good vision. Got it to Bramble, who went by hand to Doyle. He'll get onto that favoured left boot. Steady the ship. And come broadcast side to McLean, who was met by Q, but not enough to incur a penalty, according to the umpire. So McLean's kicked a half forward. Urban presented in front of Thompson. Had a bit of it. Not enough, said the umpire. Jones was tackled and paid a throw against. So a free kick here to Urban. So their pressure, their tackling, their hustling has been good. They've come to play. So Urban goes deep forward. Spoil at the back there from Fraser. Doyle is on his preferred left. Got a bit much of it. Went right across the face and out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a game of opportunity in front of goal on this big ground. And a let-off for East Point on that errant shot there from Doyle. But they're not out of trouble yet. So Howard, beyond the defensive 50, got plenty on the kick. The mark's been taken there by Bygate. Positioned himself well. Sends the ball back into attack out in the direction of Sutton. One bounce over the line for a boundary throw-in. So another forward 50 entry here for Sunbury. I want to make the most of those and improve their efficiency. There. Had an out number of inside 50s thus far in the opening 12 minutes, but scores a level. Throw in. Van Meel got the spoil. The knock out of the ruck got it beyond the Kangas defensive 50. And there'll be another stoppage. So East Point going for a 14th win in a row, if you don't mind. Sunbury hustle the ball forward. Chance of Brown. Tackle there by Egan. No prior. All gets spat out the back. Doyle couldn't gather. Fraser could sent the ball towards half-back. Loose ball opportunity. Umpires picked out a free kick. Over the shoulder. It'll go to Kenny. So Kenny will go out of side centre wing and find Jeffrey in front of Stevens. And he'll look to move the ball forward. Lever gets back, leading into the race to the ball. He's got time to gather. Went by hand to Eels. He'll bring the ball back to outer centre wing. The kick was terrific and found Guthrie. So Guthrie with ball in hand. Found Egan. He's got Muir. Broadcast side if you can see him, and he did. That was good vision. Going back with the flight filmer. Muir should have hung on to that. Now he's out of the contest. He's gone to ground. But here come the reinforcements as Cameron got the ball to Bramble from outside 50. Sutton on the lead. Couldn't quite hang on to that one. Led back into the tackle. Doyle across the body with the left boot on this occasion. Bouncing ball. And he makes amends, Doyle. And he gets Sunbury's second of the afternoon. And they restore the lead here at the Clark Oval. 13 and a half minutes gone opening term. Sunbury 2 straight, 12 East Point, 1 goal straight. 6. So an entertaining game. Finally, some reward for a weight of forward 50 entries for the Lions and a good finish from Doyle. Degree of difficulty was greater than his last shot, but he was able to get it done. So back at the restart, grabbing it out of the ruck there was Muir. He was slung to the ground, holding the ball, said the umpire, and they're away here through Van Meer with the advantage. Came wide to Robinson. He's off on his bike. He gets back onto his right boot, goes for a squaring kick. It was meant for McDougall, didn't get the journey, and they're away here with the turnover through Muir, who got it to Doyle. Hand pass over to Lant, who ran to half forward, lowered the eyes and found Sutton, who presented and took a clean overhead grab 45 metres out from goal. Through the corridor, they look really dangerous, Sunbury. You've really got to bring your bike when you come to the Clark Oval. Sutton, for the first back-to-back goals of the afternoon. For Sunbury, kicks some 49, plenty on the kick. It's off to the right and through for a minor score. Back a smash 14, lead Darley 7. Melton 38, lead Lake Winderee 12. Redan 19, North Ballarat no score. So that'll be Merritt to bring the ball back into play. Gets plenty on the kick. Van Meel the target. Miller in front, couldn't take the mark. Good work there from Jones. Quick hands got to the Johnson, and they're away here through Molan through the middle of the ground. Not dissimilar to the way Sunbury were able to get through East Point earlier. Now it's East Point's turn through Willems, who goes forward in the direction there of McDougall. Good defence there from Eels. Filmer over the footy. I'll square away a stoppage. Somehow got spat out. Hurry kick there from Cairns. Bouncing ball. Under the pump here, Sunbury, they want to be clean. Quick hand pass from Lee. Got it to Callum Lever. Right foot kick, dribbling ball out in the direction there of Power, but he couldn't keep it in. Be more than happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. 35 to 40 metres around from the East Point goal, who trailed by 7 points here midway through this opening term. Near 16 and a half minutes gone. Sunbury who lead by 7. Throw in. Muir. Good use of the body on Van Meer. Won that tap, but it went to the danger zone. They need to be clean here. Oh, nearly holding the ball. And ping, said the umpire. Just took a fraction too long. Did Power. And a holding the ball decision is going to go to Molan. And he'll have a shot here. Skillful player from, well, Essendon VFL listed East Point talent. Should make no mistake here from directly in front. But he's gone back beyond the defensive 50, if you don't mind. He's only got a kick at 20. So 10 out of 10 for the prep. How about the execution? No mistake. 2-1-13 Sunbury. East Point 2 straight 12. Molan gets his first. East Point get their second. Some good tackling from both sides in this opening term. Great start there by Redan against North Ballarat. Darley get one back against the Cobras. 14 plays 13 in favour of Bacchus Marsh. Melton 39, lead Lake Winderee 12. As per usual, they're asleep at Melton South for the update scores. No doubt they'll come with a rush the further we go into the afternoon. So at the restart on the back of the Molan goal, Chance here for Taylor, who went by hand to Matty Johnson. Right foot kick to half forward. Well read off the boot there by Wood. Took a nice intercept mark on Cairns. Went it to go into the corridor. That would have been a risky kick, but they know the ground better than I do, Sunbury. So he went short to Power. So it'll be all about accountability behind the ball. So it's a fair effort to go coast to coast on this ground. So Power goes along the line to Brown. And if there's any instruction from the Lions coach, it would be don't kick it to Brown. And guilty. So Brown plays on. He got around Spiteri. He got it to Conlon. Back to Brown. Nearly ran out of room. Managed to get the hand pass over to Kenny. Chipped it into the pocket. Geordie Johnson on the lead. Was pushed as he marked that footy too. Walking the tightrope, the Sunbury defence. Johnson plays on, nearly ran out of bounds there. The kick goes across the face. One-handed attempt there by Merritt, who's pushed forward, went through his hands, gathered by Guthrie, who went wide to Miller, who marked just inside the boundary line, played on, gave it back to Guthrie. He's had a good year. Right foot kick along the line, kick meant for Bygate. Gathered there by Fraser. And he's happy to hustle it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground. 19 and a half minutes gone opening term here. Good firm deck. Bar the muddy middle. So every chance to run and carry on this ground here at the Clark Oval today. So Van Meel. His tap was rode there by Lant. Kick cut off there on the defensive 50 by Brown, who got it to Merritt, went back to Brown. Merritt got on the end of it here. Good corralling there by Sunbury to force the East Point players over the line to cough it up really in the end. There'll be a boundary throw in 65 metres around from the Sunbury goal. So just winning the first quarter, that'll be the good start for Sunbury. Of course, they've won just 2 of their last 8 opening terms. They lead by a point here. Throw in, tap one by Muir to a swarm of people gathered there by Spiteri. They got it to Lewis, back to Spiteri, who dropped it, and that was the right call by the umpire. So Taylor with ball in hand. One of quite a few premiership players out there this afternoon. Right foot kick goes to outer centre wing. Nice mark taken there by Lever. He wastes no time. Ball ends up into the hands of Guthrie. Fired the hand pass out to Stevens, who ran and went to Sutton. Got it! Great awareness there from Sutton. When he hit the ground, he still had to maintain the focus. Take a nice grab. He's going to be a handful all afternoon, you'd think. 60 goals this year. Sutton. Usually in the number 14, of course. So it'll be Sutton for his second of the afternoon. He sneaks it in, Sutton. It's goal for goal here at the Clark Oval. And Sunbury get their third of the afternoon. So it's gone Sunbury, East Point, and Sunbury. I think I summed it up at goal for goal, but Sutton's got 2 here. Sunbury lead by 7 points. And the flag now has deflated to, well, giving us every indication there's no advantage left or right of screen. Out of the middle we go again. Charging off the wing there was Bramble. He was tackled. Now Rodham-Ronis. Quick hands. Got it to Matty Johnson. High up and under kick towards half forward. Players set themselves. Jeffrey couldn't take the mark. His pressure on Callum Lever was good. Brother Tyson gathered. As soon as he got it in his grasp, he was tackled, taken to the ground. And there'll be a ball up on true centre half forward for East Point, who trailed by 7 points. Big thump there by Van Meel. Nearly as good as a kick, but the Lions had numbers behind the ball through Wood, who found Bramble. They got the overlap, but he missed the target, so it just needs to sit up for Miller. Johnson strong over the footy. Here come the reinforcements. Somehow Johnson ended up with it. He did well. Q's tackled and gone. He's got a vice-like grip, Egan. Just as accountable with and without the footy. So here goes Lever with the left boot. Gets it to the attacking 50. Brown wanted the push. Just had eyes for the ball. And Sutton came out and knocked the Kangas defender. Lucky to get away with it, really. 19, Sunbury lead East Point 12. 23 and a half minutes gone. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Bygate. Shark there by Lance. Now he composes himself. And back-to-back goals for the Lions. 4-1-25, Sunbury. They lead East Point 2 straight 12. 13-point lead to Sunbury. Lant gets an important fourth goal for his side. Tick over 24 minutes gone and some early separation, some encouraging signs for Sunbury. After they were in the game for 3 quarters last week against the Devils. They were overran in that last quarter. So, some good learnings have been applied early here at the Clark Oval in the penultimate round of the home and away season. Loose ball, socket off the ground there by Muir towards half forward. Need to be clean here. They're in trouble here, East Point. They're under the pump. Bit of perceived pressure creeping in here for the Kangas. They trail by 13 points. I think we're in for a ripper game. Physicality at the 4. Ground level ball. Quick hands to Thompson. For the Kangas, he kick cut off there by Wood. Couldn't take the mark. Pressure from Matty Johnson was solid. They had numbers there going through the soccer off the ground there. Was Geordie Johnson only far to half forward. Now the ball comes back through Doyle. Lowered the eyes and found McLean. Took a clean mark despite the outstretched hand of Thompson. So he goes forward to Sutton. He looks dangerous. Urban, inside out, went to ground, could have been pushed. Umpire said no. Chance of Fraser went by hand to Jones. And they'll mop up through Merritt with a right foot kick towards half-back Cameron. Pressing well, read it well, and lowered the eyes and found Power, who played on and found Guthrie. So some good connection from Sunbury, some good pressing. Cameron did well to position himself where he did to cut off that exit kick from the Kangas. He was able to find Power. Who found Guthrie, who goes for the outside of the right boot, banana style. Missed to the near side. One behind. .26 and a half minutes gone opening term here at the Clark Oval. Sunbury have come to play. They lead by 14 points. Game played predominantly in their front half. So Brown waltzes away, brings the ball broadcast side. Johnson the fly. Speaking of Geordie, ground ball, Willems got it to Taylor, to Geordie Johnson, got the overlap through Molan. He hasn't got a lot of time to make a decision, but it was a good one in the end. He got it to Willems, sent the ball forward, poor kick, cut off there by Eels. So they're not getting a game on their own terms here, the Kangas, and they're not used to that as Cameron switch play to the outer side and found Lewis on half-back, who got it to Guthrie. They got the spread. They're making the ground big, Sunbury, stretching the Kangas. They're looking good. Power. True settling out of sight. In no rush. They lead by 14 points, Sunbury. 27 and a half minutes gone. They'll just chip it around through Guthrie, who's starting to accumulate. Goes in the Urban direction. Went to ground. Fraser kept his feet. Did well. Quick hands to Taylor. Right foot kick beyond outer side centre wing. Guthrie again. Bring the ball inboard to Lever, who's got Muir in the middle of the ground if he wants him. He won't go there. He's looking to go back, just to hang on to the footy. No real movement ahead of the footy. So he just sends it long. Goes in the direction of Muir, who knocked Brown off the footy. but reading it well there. At the back, here was Johnson who went short to Molan. So Molan, bereft of option, goes short to Rodder Moronis, who's had a quiet start this afternoon. Well, his standards after being one of the best last week. So he comes lateral to half-back to Brown, who went to centre wing and found Howard. He goes back inboard. Kick was okay. Matty Johnson was up to it. But the pressure good from Sunbury. So Johnson goes wide to half forward. Wanting a push there was McDougall. Somehow Robinson kept it in, squared the footy. Terrible bounce, opened the door for, well, Lever in the end. It was lucky to get on the end of it. And there'll be a stoppage, a ball up. 20 metres out from the East Point goal. Deep in time on opening term. Tick over 29 minutes gone. Sunbury lead by 14 points. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Ground ball. Wood over the footy. So too Jones. The umpire will ball it up again. So an entertaining opening term. Stick with us by the BFNL Match Centre. And the Red Onion Vision here. Action live from the Clark Oval. Ball up. Tap one. Well, we'll give it to Van Meel. Rodder Moronis had a snatch at it. Couldn't gather. Second attempt. Got it out towards McDougall. The siren sounds for quarter time here in a most entertaining quarter. And Sunbury, well, they arrest their runabouts in opening terms with a 14-point advantage here at the first break. They lead East Point 4-2-26, the Lions. The Kangas 2 goals straight, 12. Look at the goal scorers. Sutton has 2, Doyle 1, Lant 1, whilst for East Point, Geordie Johnson and Alex Molan with the goal scorer. So some good intent shown by Sunbury in that opening term. East Point unable to get their game on their own terms for any significant period, really, to the fact where the majority of the quarter was played on the Lions' terms in front of their home crowd. Always tough to beat here. Let's go around the grounds. Bacchus Marsh 2-3-15. Trail Daly 4-2-26. So the Devils have woken up. Melton 8-3-51. Lead Lake Windaree 2-2-14. Redan 5-1-31. Lead North Ballarat 2 straight 12. And needless to say, they're still asleep at Melton South. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second quarter action in around 7 minutes' time.
Despicable Me 4 has landed at Macca's. Try our banana desserts range for despicable grown-ups and a Happy Meal for your little minions. Despicable Me 4, only in cinemas.
Took the mark and went deep forward. Look out! Open goal. Bang! McDougall's got 2 at Eastern Oval. And Easter on their way. 3-2-20. Got out the back. Hamlet's in for the big fella. Ran to 49. Took a bounce. Nearly made a meal of it. Now we can kick it across the body. Goal! McDougall's got 3 in 12 minutes here at Eastern. Chance for Cockrell. Laconically. Found Driscoll. He cocked the hand pass up to McDougall, who's got 4 at Eastern Oval. And arguably the goal of the day today in front of Brown. So some connection here from North Ballarat. They get it inside 50. Bromley Lynch across the body can open the goal scoring for North Ballarat. But kicks on its way. Won't quite get the distance. Freeman at the back. Took a nice grab back. Chance here for Filmer. Just needs to finish. And he did.
Great finish.
Excellent player from, excellent play there to an open forward line. McDougall the target, Cockrell in front, juggling attempt. McDougall came down with it, denied by the umpire. Conlon stole it, and with the outside of the right boot, he's bonus. He can just chip it over the top to Murphy. He'll run into an open goal on game number 200. Much to the delight of the loyal and faithful here at Eastern Oval. Murphy gets a fitting goal. Welcome back to the Clark Oval. Under sunny skies here. Sunbury lead by 14 points. They've come to play at the Clark Oval. Well aware what's at stake. Tap one by Van Meer. East point to the left of screen. Rodder Baronis was dispossessed. Gathered by Cairns. Needed to be quick. Now the pressure's been really good from Sunbury thus far. Ground ball. Free kick will go to Miller. And they're away again, the Lions. He'll go short to Stevens, who presented. Good option. He's got Bramble with the short if he likes. But he goes the longer option. Tries to get it to Sutton. The fly. Good spoil at the back by Howard. Found the safety of the boundary line. There'll be a throw in 55 metres around from the Sunbury goal. So, yes, the flags have come to life and there's a slight favouring to the left of screen. So, on this big ground, it all counts. So, the Kangas might be able to get some more carry with their kicks. Throw in. Loose ball. Gathered there by Jones, who got it to Howard. Rodder Moronis threw it away. Lucky to get away with it. Jones under pressure. Coughed it up. Urban fires the hair pass out boundary side. Found the boundary line in the end. Thompson happy to see it over with a little release tap. 49 metres around from the Sunbury goal. Something needs to change here for East Point, albeit early minutes, second term. Sunbury on top. Throw in. Van Meer won that tap. Clean bowled Rodder Moronis. There'll be another stoppage, so not dissimilar to the opening term. The umpires having a fair bit of the ball in their own hands, albeit by a stoppage. There'll be a ball up. Call that even. Howard did the roving, just threw the ball on the boot, didn't know himself in the end, just dribbling ball. Awkward one at that, made it difficult for Merritt. Kick over the shoulder, hopeful rather than anything else. And he found hope through Molan, who looks for the squarey kick into the middle of the ground. Kick was terrific to Taylor. Now this is the Kangas we know. They've got the overlap through Geordie Johnson. Jeffries presents, running back to goal. And he'll go to him. And found him. Good work rate, good running patterns there from Jeffrey. That running back to goal option closed, and he was able to duck back with a 45 lead. Got on the end of that kick, and it was well executed by Geordie Johnson. So Jeffrey with a shot on goal here, chance to kick his first. Distance won't be a problem. Kicks on its way. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. East Point bounce back here. Efficiency on the scoreboard. With an inferior number of opportunity inside their forward 50 to date. They're in touch. Jeffrey gets his first. And the margin cut back to 8. Joins Molan and Geordie Johnson on the goal front for the Kangas. Sutton has 2 for Sunbury, Doyle and Lant the others. Tick over 3 minutes gone. Second term. Only rain could ruin this game here because the sun is shining down on a river. Ball up, tap one by Muir, coming off wing. There was Power. Ran through the middle of the ground with a right foot kick in the sun direction presented. Took a mark on the chest in the end. Front position. You can give it off to Bramble. Urban was trying to get away from his opponent. Good play there from Thompson to deny Urban a lead on his own terms. So Sutton, the number 68, who has 2 on the board. Chance for goal number 3, but it'll take a big kick from outside 50. Kicks on its way. It's bending back. Has he got the journey? Touched. Fair effort. I don't know many number 68s that could have kicked that. Still don't. As the ball comes back into play effectively for the Kangas. Sunbury 27 lead, East Point 18. A lot's going to be asked between the arcs from Matty Johnson here this afternoon to wear the Lions down, who have momentum. So the right foot kick goes in the direction. Robinson just got one hand to it. Shark there by Cairns, who started well. Molan, quick hands, awkward one at that. To Robinson. Got it to the voice of Merritt. He's got a chance to run onto it here. Pressure good there at the back there from Lee, but they got the numbers here. East point through Jeffrey. He's looking for McDougall. Needs to be quick. Squaring kick was fortuitous in the end. Leg break there for Filmer. Allowed numbers to prevail here from Sunbury through Lewis, who got it to power. Quick hands to Guthrie. Over to Callum Lever. Right foot kick towards half-back. Foot race on. Chance here for Miller. Set up for him. He's not short on leg speed either. Dribbling ball towards outer centre wing. McLean kept it in front of him, but it found the line in the end. And there'll be a throw-in out of the side of the ground. So some good passages of play witnessed in a quarter and a bit here this afternoon. Sunbury lead by 9 points. Throw in. Van Meel and Muir. Shallow throw in. Somehow Van Meel won that tap. Went to the voice of Filmer. Tack on the footy was terrific from Miller. Filmer's a little bit hurt. Hurried kick there from Thompson was cut off. Paul won at that. Lewis will go short. The kick's fine. And found Miller. Filmer's just holding his shoulder at the moment. Ball goes forward, 3 Kangas up, nobody down, but somehow they'll end up with it through Brown. Little touch of the fumble, slung to the ground. And he'll get that free kick. So Brown now, with ball in hand, will go short to Matty Johnson. He and Guthrie, you would assume, will top their respective sides' disposal count. Just who can be the more effective. Could be telling in the outcome of this game as Kenny goes along the line. Overcooked the kick and Lever read it best. Squared it up to Guthrie, who got it to Muir. Right foot kick into the middle of the ground. The kick was okay. And they're off on their bikes here. Quick hand pass there from Miller. Made it difficult for Bramble. Opened the door for the Kangas at a turnover opportunity. Gramble hand pass there. Made deliberate there by Robinson. He's forced to apply the tackle on Urban. Hot footy. Miller grabbed it. Got to his feet. Did well, but he was bailed up. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up. Half forward broadcast sign for Sunbury. Nothing in this game, but Sunbury with the deserved 9-point lead. 7.5 minutes into this second term. Ball up. Tap one by, well, we'll give it to Muir. Chance there for Cameron. Loose hand pass fell into the hands of Guthrie. Just tumbled the ball onto the boot. Going the spoil there, hopeful was Thompson. Brown was strong. Break the tackle. Got it to Matty Johnson, who found Howard. He can go short. And the chip's okay to Q. We'll get it over the top to Filmer, who's recovered. And he ran away and went with the right boot to outer centre wing. Bouncing ball, Lever. Speak of Tyson, leading into the race for the ball. Cairns couldn't get him over the line. They kept it alive. So from one brother to another, Callum found Guthrie, who's had plenty of it. So he'll look to go into the middle of the ground. Oh, they can raffle this, the Lions. Bygate gave it to Doyle, had to stop and prop. Bramble, good pressure from Brown. Somehow going to end up with it and square away a stoppage here. Terrific work there from Brown. And there'll be a ball up on half forward broadcast sign for Sunbury. Hot footy. Tap one by Bygate. Matty Johnson through traffic on the hand pass to Van Meel. Awkward ruckman looking kick towards broadcast centre wing. Excellent vision there from Lever. Went to the voice of Wood, who needs to be quick, and he wasn't. But he been dispossessed. Chance for Geordie Johnson. Quick hands to Rodder Moranis. Oh, McDougall out the back. Not for the first time this year. How will it sit for the big fella? Sat well. How's his shot on goal? He likes it. 4 goals apiece here at the Clark Oval. McDougall's on the board. And East Point closed within 3 points. Near 9.5 minutes gone, second turn. Endeavour to get a score from around the grounds. If we can get them to you before the restart here. Bacchus Smash 21, Darley 27. Lake Winderee 26, Melton 63, Redan 31, North Ballarat 18. Back at the restart. Tap one by Bygate to no real advantage. Chance for Kenny. Quick hands. Got it to Howard, who found Filmer. Took his time, but got rid of it in the end. Free kick found here by the umpire. Didn't know which way it was going to go. It's going to go to East. I thought it was a fair contest in the end with both players going to ground. Both had eyes for the footy. So the right foot kick to half forward. It's just Bygate's that was a terrible kick, really. Sunbury had 4 of the 5 closest people to that where that ball ended up. So he'll waste no time and found Lever, who went short to Doyle. Quick hand pass over the top. Standing start. Power had to stop, and Property's agility is good. Quick hands. Cameron's in trouble. That's nearly holding the ball. Oh, and the umpire from 3 games away has found a free kick, and he'll give it to Cameron. Apparently the guy 10 metres away from the contest didn't see it. And they're away here through Spiteri, who got it to Power, who went to Sutton. He's got a couple to beat. Need to be quick here and efficient here. East Point with a dangerous kick. Jeffrey got on the end of it, and he looked to go out of side. So they've got a free player through Thompson, and he's away. Loping after him there is Urban. Good pressure. Willems can get on the end of it. Outstretched hand, couldn't gather. Here come the reinforcements for Sunbury through Lewis. Got it towards Stevens. Went back to Lever, and the kick was good. Speak of Callum. Kick was smothered by Rodamoronis. Turnover opportunity. Oh, they've nearly given it back here. Stevens couldn't gather. Rodamoronis could. Wax on, wax off going on here. Cans gathered, went inboard. Hand pass meant for Jeffrey. Spiteri dispossessed. Hot footy. Jones, he threw it away. Doyle grabbed it and just threw it onto the boot. High up and under kick, going about 40 metres to his side. Guess who? Jacob Brown. Waste no time with the dirty footy. Kick was terrific. Found Jones, who looks inboard and ran away from Guthrie. How about that for a kick to Johnson? He's got McDougall over the back. Can it get to him quick enough? It can. So McDougall's taken a mark virtually in the goal square here. And he has a chance to get his second and get East Point the lead for the first time this afternoon. It's been a battle. It's taken the best part of 13 minutes into the second term to gain the lead, but he hasn't kicked it yet. Make no mistake from there, McDougall. It's a quality forward. He's in good shape. East Point get their 5th, and efficiency paying off on the scoreboard. 5 straight has given them the lead. They lead Sunbury 4-3-27. McDougall gets goal number 2. Tick over 13 minutes gone here. Can Sunbury sustain that pressure and that intent that they've had for the first quarter and a bit? And just relentless East Point. And it won't go away. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel to Guthrie. He's had plenty of it. Hurried kick to half forward. Awkward bounce. East Point have got numbers, and they'll get out of trouble. Oh, kick from Brown was stolen by Bramble. Shot on goal is off to the right and always right. So a let-off for the Kangas. The Lions 4-4-28. 8 scoring shots to 5 in favour of Sunbury. And they trailed by 2 points. 14 minutes gone, second term. So it'll be Jacob Brown to bring the ball back into play, and he'll go out of side of the ground. Goes the old-fashioned torp, got a bit of it. Egan, contested mark, terrific on Thompson. Got Lewis inboard if he wants. He won't go there now. He's got every intentions of sending the ball long. Told to play on by the umpire. Scragged in the end, but the kick was good. Doyle sends the ball in the Sutton direction. Touched through traffic. Chance for Lewis. Quick hands, release the footy. Meant for McLean. Kangas have got numbers through Kenny. who got it to Merritt, who conceded by hand to Howard. Territory gain kick towards half-back. Lever the fly, speak of Tyson, couldn't gather. Matty Johnson could, got it to Merritt, who chipped it over the top, and Molan had to be clean overhead, and he was. Just so hard to make up the ground here at the Clark Oval. So Molan looks inboard. Matty Johnson presented, took an important mark, but there's no one really ahead of him. There goes Taylor presenting if he can get it over the back. But he'll go short to McDougall. Too far out to score. If you can see Filmer, he's on his own, but he'll just chip it over the top, and Taylor will get this one this time. You just chip it over the top. Who Merritt will get on the end of it. And he's just pushed. That's reward for work rate. And Merritt will go back and have a shot here. A chance to extend. This tight lead. Every score counts this afternoon in this tight one here. East Point 5 straight. Sunbury 4-4. And Merritt will shoot for goal. Kicks on its way. He likes it straight off the boot. He's not even going to wait for the goal umpire, Merritt. And East Point have got 6 goals here at the Clark Oval. 6 straight if you don't mind. Sunbury 4-4-28. So Merritt becomes the 5th goal scorer for East Point this afternoon. McDougall with 2, 1 each to Merritt, Jeffrey, Molan and Geordie Johnson. Whilst for Sunbury, Sutton has 2, Doyle 1, Lant 1, all in the opening term. So East Point have kicked 4 goals to Sunbury's 2 behinds in this second term to assert their biggest lead and a game-high lead of 8 points on the scoreboard for the Kangas. So it'll be a ball up. Tap one by Muir, only as far as Conlon. Sent the ball forward. Oh, courageous mark. Taken there by Doyle, I think it is. Oh, no, Wood. So Wood missing a couple of his buddies today. Speaking of Tendanello, Newitt and Hannett. They could well do with those guys down back, Sunbury. Dribbling ball out of the congestion. Power gets on the end of it. Oh, he's gone, Power. Run down from behind. And Filmer. He's got some speed, the Whippet. He's ran Power down, who's arguably one of Sunbury's quickest players, but he certainly wasn't going at full tilt, looking for an option. So the turnover kick through Filmer found Robinson close up against the boundary line, too far out to score. So he'll square it up to Merritt, who has the trusty boot. And he plays on, and he goes inside 50. Muir the fly, got a hand on the footy. Guthrie through his hand over the line, boundary throw in. So East Point with the ball inside there, attacking 50. So 4 unanswered goals to the Kangas in this term. After they trailed by 14 points at quarter time, they now lead by 8. Throw in. Good tackle there from Lever. Not before they rode the tackle and released the hand pass to Filmer. Robinson wanting a hold. Somehow McDougall kept it in. He'll chip it back. Risky kick. Sunbury not out of trouble yet, despite having an outnumber. And they'll square away a stoppage here. So McDougall will be a little bit frustrated with that. He did well to keep it in. But they've managed to keep it inside their forward 50, though, the Kangas. They'll be happy with that. No ruck gain. Taylor did the roving, kicked it straight into Guthrie. Callum Lever was tackled, taken to the ground. Conlon knocked it forward. Taylor's gather was clean. Clever with the outside of the boot to Kenny. His left foot shot is good. 7 straight for East Point. They're out to a 14-point lead here. That was terrific from Taylor. Gather was clean on a On the back of a ruck contest, it was, well, null and void really in the end. And he gathered, had some momentum with the clean gather through the ball. Could have just thrown the ball under the boot, under pressure. But his second guess was favourable. And with the outside of the right boot, somehow found Canning, who did let him down with a clean gather. Didn't go the required distance to the finish. He was up to the task. And here they go again through Matty Johnson. Right foot kick. Bouncing ball towards the attacking 50. Cairns in the lead for the race to the ball. Stevens with the pressure. They both go, well, Stevens went to ground. Umpire calls play on here. Swarm of players around the footy. The umpire will come in and ball it up 50 metres away from the East Point goal. Somehow gathered out of the ruck there by Van Meel, and he kicked it backwards and found McLean. Worked that out. So McLean with ball in hand, a mile away from goal. Sends the ball to outer centre wing. They got numbers behind the ball. It dipped on Brown, so he had to try and smother the ball with his foot. His gather was clean. He went back by hand to Thompson. They combined by hand here. They got numbers through Rodamaronis. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. That's a push, but the umpire called play on. Chance here for Callum Lever. Good pressure there from Cairns. And now the other umpire will come in and affect a decision. Good work there from Cairns, who's had an impact in his return game here this afternoon already. And he goes short. Kick meant for McDougall. Got it on the bounce. Tackled there by Eels. Took his time. Went through the hands of Jeffrey. Callum Lever with strength. Crashed through the tackle and went by hand to Power. Gave it back to Lever. Speaking of Callum, his right foot kick was good and found Miller. So Miller goes back inboard. Kick needs to be good. Made it difficult for Lant. Cut off there by Q. Quick hands there from Taylor. Went to the voice of Williams. Just needs to knock it on. Cleverly he did. Found Geordie Johnson. Evasive. Got around Bramble. Sent the ball forward. And Eels took a time-saving mark. A little bit worse aware. And the kick was okay. He's going to come straight off the big fella. And the kick found Cameron, who switched play to the outer side to Guthrie. Comes back inboard to Muir. So they're chipping it around here. They got the overlap. It just needs to sit for Lever. And it does in the end. Went by hand to Guthrie. He kept running. He can take a bounce. He did. And another. Takes advantage of the overlap, but it was a slow hand pass. Bygate had to wait too long. And he's pinged by the umpire. And Jacob Brown will take the resultant free kick. Been good today, Brown. So on half-back outer side. So East Point wrote a goal on the scoreboard. That should read 7 straight 42. So he'll go backwards to Thompson. He'll go back to Brown. And he'll get the overlap to Matty Johnson. Time on second term, 23 minutes gone. 5 unanswered to East Point in this term. So Matty Johnson will go along the line. Kick meant for Robinson. Sunbury had the accountability behind the ball. Lever was one of those over the line for a boundary throw-in. 23 and a half minutes gone, second term here. Flag's having a bit of a stretch to the left of screen at the moment, the East Point end. Muir, somehow Rodamaronis got a fist on that. But charging through there was Power. Right foot kick to half forward. It'll be Jones to do the mobbing up. They found Filmer. Progressive type. They really do share the load, East Point. They really do ask all and sundry to contribute and play a role. It's not a top 3 or 4 that get it done. So the kick found Robinson, who presented in front of Muir, was made to earn it. That was well done there by Muir, despite Robinson marking that footy. So Robinson goes to a one-on-one. Lever and McDougall. McDougall got his hands on it. Lever did enough. Bygate lends the assistance. McDougall kept it in front of him. Lever provides a chop out. Good effort there from McDougall. He's not going to ping him. Oh, he has. Not sure he had a great deal of prior. Did Lever. It sort of ended up in his hands and he was tackled, taken to the ground. No chance getting rid of the footy. And McDougall's taken the resultant free kick. So he'll kick from about 35. Doesn't look like he's going to look for an option inboard. He'll send it on its way. It'll get to the teeth of goal for offhands and through for East Point's first behind of the afternoon. 7-1-43. The Kangas, they lead Sunbury 4-4-28. Tick over 25 minutes gone in this second term. Ball comes back into play via Lever, who found Muir. He'll go to Bygate, or to Stevens, in fact. A little bit more inboard. Promising youngster. We'll see a lot of this young fella in Sunbury colours for years to come. Kick went to a 50-50. Wasn't so sure about that. Land caught one high every day of the week. Umpire called play on. Power got it to Stevens, who went to Sutton, bounced off the shin and went out of bounds on the full. So no luck there for the Lions. Off the shin of Sutton, and Howard will square the kick laterally to Rodamaronis, who went into the middle of the ground, and the kick was good, and found Molan, who can get it over the top to Geordie Johnson. Gee, when you kick the ball well, it makes it look like an easy game, and each point have done that in this term. So Johnson goes deep forward, Merritt! Plays on, goal. Footy smarts, ex-AFL player. Bit of forward craft, despite a renowned defender this year. Spent a bit of time there over his career, and a good move. Good push to move Merritt forward, in fact. It's resulted in his second of the afternoon, and an excellent kick too to find Merritt. So another potential weapon forward. Gee, that forward line, McDougall, Geordie Johnson, Merritt, Jeffrey. Give us a spell. 8-1-49 East Point leads Sunbury 4-4-28. Tick over 27 minutes gone. 6 unanswered to East Point in this term. Searching hand pass from the Lions. Conceded ground, and Jeffrey got on the end of it. High up and under. Rodamaronis presented. Had to wait some time under the ball. He'll go back and have a shot from about 55 metres out. The breeze has just dropped off momentarily. Take his best, you'd think. He's still got to clear the goal line. And the players in front of it, nonetheless. So a quarter that went for the best part of 28 minutes is going to end with a shot on goal from Rodamaronis, who does the old drop punt and kicks it 30 metres. Half-time here at the Clark Oval. 6 unanswered goals in that second turn to East Point has opened up a deserved lead in the end. Sunbury had a game. Well, they deserved their lead at the quarter-time break. And that's been matched and surpassed by East Point's authority in that second term. They too deserve their lead at the half-time break. They're 8-1-49. They lead Sunbury 4-4-28. Let's take a look at the goal scorers. McDougall has 2, Merritt 2, 1 each to Geordie Johnson, Molan, Jeffries and Canning. Whilst for Sunbury, goalless in that term. Sutton has 2, Doyle 1, Lant 1. So Sunbury were really up and about with their physicality and intent in that first quarter, and earned that quarter-time lead, but sustaining that on this big ground here at the Clark Oval, it's a big ask at the level. Let's go around the grounds and get an update score ahead of the main break. Bacchusmarsh 33, Trail Darley 53. Lake Windermere 38, Trail Melton 89. Redan 32, Trail North Ballarat 48. What happened there? It was 19-0 at one stage in favour of Redan. So a 19-point lead to the Lions in Ballarat is now a 16-point deficit. Look out, there's a wild rooster on the loose. Half-time here in BFNL's match centre, a match of the round by the Red Onion Vision here today. No rain, just a little bit of breeze to the left of screen. Sunbury led at quarter time by 14 points, and that has been cancelled out and surpassed, and is now a 21-point lead to the visiting Kangas, endeavouring to make it 14 on the trot. It's 8-1-49 East Point. Sunbury 4-4-28. A break and back with the second half action in around 10 minutes' time.
Despicable Me 4 has landed at Macca's. Try our banana desserts range for despicable grown-ups and a Happy Meal for your little minions. Despicable Me 4, only in cinemas.
Welcome back to the Clark Oval ahead of the second half action here. Sunbury led at quarter time by 14 points, but 6 unanswered goals to East Point in that second term. Has given them a 21-point lead heading into this second half. But Sunbury to kick with the aid of a slight breeze in this third term. It's not telling, but it's something on this big ground. Sutton has 2 at one end, McDougall and Merritt 2 at the other. Ball up, get played away. Tap one there by Muir. There'll be a restart. Up they go now, real advantage. Robertson took on the would-be tackler there, Guthrie, and dropped it to be pinged by the umpire. Right call. So Guthrie, Sunbury's leading possession winner in the opening half. I'm sure of that on spec. He went wide to Lewis. Good pressure there from Filmer. Loose ball. Here come the reinforcements. Sunbury have got those through power. Got it to Lewis. The overlap meant for Doyle in the end. He was dumped. Rodamaronis went inboard to Brown, and here they go, the Kangas through Johnson. Need to be quick. Pressure good from Sunbury. Lant was one of those. Gathered in the end there by Matty Johnson. His kick was smothered. Chance here for Sunbury again through Lant. Muir through traffic. Indecisive. Went by hand to Egan. He's got a long left boot. Went by hand though to Guthrie. Doyle still on the ground. Got it over the top there towards Miller. Poor kick. Cut off there by Q. And his right foot clearing kick went wide, and Matty Johnson took a nice overhead mark just inside the boundary line. Steadying overhead grab from the captain. So Sunbury pushing in the opening minutes of this third term, endeavouring to reel in that 21-point deficit. He goes along the line. Johnson the target, and it knocked away from him there by Muir to the safety of the boundary line. There'll be a throw in. True centre wing out of side. Country footy is healthy in the Ballarat League. Good crowd in attendance here for this second V4th clash. Throw in. No real advantage. Rodamaronis in front though. Gathered the footy. Wild hand pass. Chance for Taylor. Cross the body. Cutting it off there was Lieber. And took a mark just above the grass level and played on and came broadcast side. Kick meant for Guthrie, went through his hands. Rebounded there by Brown, who'll want to get it back. But he can't, as Cairns was held up well there by Wood, and he sent the kick forward. Ball from the side there was from Lee, went into the danger zone. His gather was terrific. The tackle was strong from Rodamaronis. To square away a stoppage inside 50. He's really lifted in the last quarter and a bit, Rodamaronis. Well, most of the Kangas have really, because Sunbury had a lot of it in that opening term. They really challenged the Kangas, endeavouring to get a 14th win on the trot. Egan's kick away from stoppage. Found Bramble, who got it to Power, took a running bounce. He's had an almost game. He's looked dangerous today, Power. Indecisive through the middle of the ground. Decided to go by hand as he got the handball to Cameron, who found Lant, who wasted no time to chip it over to the top to Doyle, who's recovered after he was felled minutes ago. We'll go back and have a shot on goal here from deliberately, in front. But it'll test him. It's a 45-metre kick. And this will be just what Sunbury are after, to put an end to a run of 6 unanswered goals, all in that second term from East Point, as the breeze has picked up here, albeit momentarily. Just in time for Doyle to take this kick. So you wouldn't think distance will be a problem. It'll be all about the accuracy. That's the start Sunbury wanted. They get the first goal of the second half, and they narrow the margin to 15. 4 minutes gone, third term. Doyle gets his second of the afternoon and joins Sutton with 2. Lant has the other for the Lions. We won't go down without a fight here this afternoon. Ballarat led Melton South in half-time by 39 points. 8-11 to 3-2. at the restart. It'll be Muir and Van Meel. Van Meel fly. Rare fly. Doesn't normally get up that high. Rodemaronis overran the footy. Grab ball opportunity. It's a hot one at that. Not dissimilar to the first quarter. And Sunbury will get on the end of a free kick here. Such was their intent in the first quarter. They've brought it again in this third term. So they got Wood out of the quagmire and found him effectively and continued the trend laterally to Bramble. Still got Miller if he wants him, but he'll go short back to Wood. And lower the eyes and found Lant on true half forward. So he looked to go to Egan. Out in front of him. The gather was good. Tackle was good from Fraser. Held to him, said the umpire. There'll be a ball up adjacent to the Sunbury coach's box here. 49 metres away from the Lions goal, who've started well in this third term. Tick over 5.5 minutes gone. It'll be Muir and Van Meel. Well, that'll be a free kick to East Point against Muir. Matty Johnson took the advantage and found brother Geordie right in front of us here on half back. So Johnson looking for a kangaroo to present. He went forward along the line. Loose ball opportunity for Wood. Tackle, taken to the ground. Quick decision from the umpire on the back of that Matty Johnson tackle to ball it up. The players run to the stoppage. So with the reset, tap one by Muir, went boundary side. The gather was good from Taylor. Territory gain, kick to half forward. Ball favoured Jeffrey in the end and knocked it to the advantage of McDougall, who was swarmed by 3 Sunbury players. Held up, said the umpire, no prior. So ironically, it was McDougall who applied a similar tackle to Lever late in that second term and was rewarded. Ball up. Tap one by Muir, meant for power. Couldn't gather. Hand pass intercepted. There, went straight to Taylor. He sent the ball forward. High, hard contest. Found the safety of the boundary line in the end, and then we have throw in. Umpire's picked out a free kick here, has he? Trying to work out what's going on. It's going to go to the goal line and present East Point with a dream opportunity right in front of goal here. It'll be Robinson. Makes no mistake. That's the square up goal. And East Point get their 9th. Robinson gets his first. And the 7th goal scorer for East Point this afternoon. So it really has taken a sharing of the load from the Kangas to get it done here this afternoon to establish this 21-point lead. That was once 14 points in arrears at quarter time. And since then, they've added 7 goals won to Sunbury's 1 goal. So discipline having a role to play now. Molan fired the hand pass out to Van Meel, tumbling kick forward. It's been cut off there by Lever. Said that a few times this year. Kick was good to Bramble and he's off, and so he should be with that leg speed. He overcooked the kick. It was meant for Miller. Foot race on. Thompson quite happy to carry it over the line for a throw-in. On half-forward broadcast side for Sunbury. 8.5 minutes gone, third term. Sunbury 34, East Point 55. 21-point advantage to the high-flying Kangas. Throw in, tap one by Urban. Got a second one at that. Here's a third opportunity as he got ball on the boot. He could have unloaded, kicked right through that to a 2-on-1. Sutton, he hasn't got the number. He's told to play on. Quick hands. Land dropped it. Pinged. Howard did his best to have that overturned there as he just tried to throw Land away. Watch himself there, but nonetheless, Howard has an opportunity, presenting through the middle of the ground, or dump as he kicked. That's a free kick down the ground any day of the week, but they waste no time, the Kangas, through Matty Johnson, who found McDougall and out of centre wing. It's still on the goal line, albeit Sunbury's Just need some reinforcements. And the Kangas have got them through Everett, who found Jeffrey, who presented on outer centre wing. Players take a breath. 21-point lead to East Point here. So Jeffrey will go short to Merritt, who's a thumping kick of the footy. Let's see how he goes. Does just that, gets it to half forward. Levy gets a fist on it, bounced off the wrong side of the knuckle, stayed in play. Lucky for Sunbury, though, they had numbers through Lewis, who gave it back to Levy, who conceded ground. Good kick though in the end. Stevens checked his kick and was up to the task and found Guthrie. So Guthrie, deep in the Lions' defence, not out of trouble yet. He'll go short and wide. And found Lee, who can just tip it over the top. Bit of keeping's off from Sunbury at the moment. That won't bother East Point too much, given where the footy is. So Levy goes along the line to outer centre wing. Guthrie the target. Juggle the ball. Not for long enough, said the umpire. Tackle was good there on Urban. And the Kangas will square away another stoppage on true centre wing outer side. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Power. Got it back from Muir. Bereft of option, indecisive again. Release the handball to Cameron through traffic. Urban got on the end of it. Spiteri combined it by hand, and they're away here. That's down the ground. The umpire called play on. He was a bit stiff there, Lewis. Dumped as he kicked. Feeling creeping into this game. More feeling. Lewis still down. That was a down-the-ground free kick. Not afforded by the umpire. Count themselves a little unlucky there, Sunbury. So it'll be Jacob Brown who'll go short. And the kick's okay to Jones. He'll go back to Brown. He's got Thompson. But he'll go back the other way. So they're just sharing the ball around in their back half at the moment. Jones kick beyond the defensive 50. Overcooked the kick, out of bounds on the full. Molan couldn't get there. So it'll be Guthrie with ball in hand. Brings the ball back into play to Power. Again, a little indecisive, and then just chips it up towards Sutton. Overcooked the kick. They've just got the outnumber on Sutton. They need to find another option, Sunbury. Sutton could play the decoy, take three with him. It's two spare. He's got to be able to generate that. Easier said than done. Kick out of the East Point defence. Goes in direction of Cairns, who did well to keep his feet. Wanted the hold, denied by the umpire. Now he's forced to put the tackle, he and Thompson, on Wood. And there'll be a ball up on half forward, broadcast sign for Sunbury. So a goal apiece to speak of the opening 13 minutes here at the Clark Oval. Tap one by Van Meel, Conlon. Ground ball. Power, tackle, taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up. 21-point lead to East Point. Same margin at the half. Good roving there from Conlon. Quick hands to Merritt, who's now gone back. Kick towards broadcast centre wing. Cut off there by Lee. Hand pass put Stevens under the pump. Might have caught one high. Umpire didn't see it. And there'll be a ball up. Again, players just letting each other know that they've come to play. Loose ball opportunity. Plays around the footy. It's a hot one at that. There'll be a ball up. True centre wing, broadcast sign. So an arm wrestle of sorts, or just a wrestle really. Rodamoronis couldn't break the tackle and Bramble had no prior. There'll be a ball up on centre wing. Entertaining game of footy by the Red Onion Vision and the FNL Match Centre this afternoon. Sun still streaming down on the Clark Oval. Chance for Conlon, and it knocked away from him. Stolen by Geordie Johnson. Hurried kick forward. Foot race running back to goal. Callum Lever leads into the race for the ball. Matty Johnson, the pressure. Good play there by Callum Lever. Switch play to the outer side. Jeffrey kept his feet. Not out of trouble yet, Sunbury. but they'll hold it up, and the umpire will ball it up. 40 metres away from the East Point goal. Breeze, again, has subsided. It'll be Van Meel and Urban. Tap one by Urban. Hand pass as he was coming down from Guthrie's been cut off. Chance for the outside of the boot there from Cairns. Gathered there by Robinson. Selfless hand pass. Found Conlon. Kick around the body. It's pretty ordinary in the end. Sort of half having a shot and half trying to centre it. Clearing kick. It's going to come back as quick as it came out from Molan, who found Merritt. And this kick not beyond him. While he's kicking into the slight breeze, that would be a little more telling the more air the ball gets. So he lowers the eyes and goes out into the pocket. Matty Johnson's got it. Well, something out of nothing, and a great mark there by Johnson, albeit on the chest. The hustle from behind was good there from Callum Lieber, but Matty Johnson was up to the task. He's going to do the modern-day popular kick around the body. And he's hit the post. Just their second blemish of the afternoon. 9-2-56 East Point lead Sunbury 5-4-34, 22-point lead. So Lever brings the ball back into play and he goes short to Stevens, who's got some space. He wants players to come towards him. The run and carry and the kick was good. Meant for Sutton. Howard's been good today. So he goes with the right boot, high up and under kick. Guthrie, terrific grab. He wastes no time, comes broadcast side to Bramble. Good hustle there from Molan. Chip kick to halfback. Their power was had a bit more intent there with that release. They're under the pump. Jones was heavy with the tackle. Guthrie now to do the mopping up. Lowers the eyes. Gee, was a hot kick. Half volley opportunity. Made it difficult for Muir. The gather from Jones was good. The tackle pressure on him was up to the task. Squared away another stoppage. It's the applause of both Sunbury and East Point supporters. Middle of the ground, ball up. Tap one by Van Meel, uncontested in the end. Bramble went through, bounced off his boot. Egan gave it the shimmy, ran to 55, ran to them, kicked the ball towards the goal square, held it bounce favourably. Running goal from Egan, and a much needed one at that for the Lions. Midway through this third term. They keep their third place prospects well and truly alive here. And they're back in it. 6-4-40 Sunbury. Trail East Point 9-2-56. Near 18 minutes gone third term. So Egan gets his first. Doesn't mind a goal, Egan. He probably averages around a goal a game, playing as a predominant midfielder. Back at the start here. Right in the middle of the ground. Van Meel again. Robinson off half forward. The gather was terrific. He's moving well, Robinson. Left foot kick meant for Williams. Missed him. But he's got time to do the mopping up, Williams. Robinson got the handball received. Kick meant for Taylor. Went through him. Out the back there was Conlon. He's got some toe. Got the hand pass over the top towards McDougall. Clever kick across the body. Oh! Nearly a one-handed mark dragged in. Chance here for somebody to do the rebounding through Lever. He got it to Bygate. Tumbling kick towards halfback. East Point got the numbers. Kick just needs to be good. Cairns made the Robinson Cook look better than what it was. Taylor again. Squaring kick. Players fly. No mark taken. Ground level ball. Good use of the body there from Geordie Johnson. He tries to square it away, but numbers prevail for Sunbury through Lever. We got the hand pass over towards Miller. Who got it to Wood. Who got it to half-back to McLean. Kick in the middle of the ground was an absolute beauty. They got the overlap here. Lancashire get it over towards Sutton. He's got a paddock and he's away to the races. Ran to 40, ran to 30. A second bounce, open goal. Icing on the cake. Sunbury got back-to-back goals here at the Clark Oval. Sutton gets goal number 3. Faint pulse becomes genuine. 7-4-46. Sunbury trail East Point 9-2-56. How about the kick from McLean? It was an absolute ripper. Just made the journey home that much quicker. They looked dangerous when they went direct in that first quarter too, Sunbury. Terrific goal. Back in the middle. Tap one by Van Meel. Off half forward. Copy paste Robinson. This time he doesn't miss the target in Willems. So it was a classic take 2. So he'll go short and wide. To Cairns. Conlon, in fact. He lowered the eyes and went with the right foot. Found McDougall a long way from home. So he'll wheel onto the right boot. Send the ball forward. Shallow entry inside 50. Johnson the fly. One of the push. Who's at the back? Matty Johnson is. Hair pass over the top. Merritt. Shot on goal. No mistake. There's the reply. Gee, just when you think you're doing a lot right, they just match you, East Point. It's back to a 16-point ball game. Just when you think, okay, Merritt's down back, okay, we're just got to keep the ball away from him. He drifts forward and kicks 3. Just a side in form. 12 scoring shots to 11 in favour of East Point. And a 16-point lead to go with that. Early moments, time on, third term. Van Meel again, got it to Rodemaronis. Under pressure hand pass. Johnson got it to Filmer, who went with the right foot kick. Bouncing ball, they got some numbers here, Sunbury, through Lewis. Overcooked the kick, and a lot of players have done that today. Not sure why. Good effort there from Willems to get it to Taylor, who's been good. Right foot kick, didn't let him down and found Geordie Johnson. So Johnson will wheel onto the right boot and send the ball deep into attack. McDougall's got it. Terrific overhead mark. And McDougall will go back and have a shot on goal. Chance to kick his third of the afternoon. And extend the lead to 22. He likes it straight off the boot, McDougall. He's got 3. East Point have 11. And they have a 22-point lead here at the Clark Oval. Time on, third term. So up and about Sunbury and just 2 goals in 3 or 4 minutes on the back of just a relentless East Point, really. I mean, it's going to take a good side to beat East Point this year. I know Darley did it in round 1, but they're a different side now. Merritt in, Brown made the move from East Keilor, and more time spent with a young group, games in together. Connection as good as it's been. Ball up. Muir won that tap. Ground level ball. Matty Johnson been good in the clinches. Oh, look out, Willems. Managed to get a hand pass away. Miller went a bit of a swing and a miss. Guthrie did the mobbing up. Quick hands towards Muir. Went forward to Sutton. Good use of the body there by Howard to keep his feet. Enjoyed his game today. He's been up against it. Rodemaronis got it to Robinson. That was a better kick who found Cairns. He'll waste no time and send the ball deep into attack in the McDougall direction. Ball went to ground. Muir, the gather was clean. Hand pass sort of was average, but they got time to gather through. Bygate, Cameron's under the pump. Clumsy tackle. Spat out the back here. Kick across the body from Molan. McDougall again. McDougall. Gee, the way McDougall's gone this year, McDonald's will have a McDougall meal going on in a promotion in Ballarat. So, McDougall on cue, makes no mistake. And he's got 4 at the Clark Oval. And East Point get a 3rd in a row. Steadying on at that after Sunbury challenged. In the opening half of that 3rd term, we're out to a game-high 28-point lead. 12-2, 74 East Point lead. Sunbury 7-4, 46. Near 25 minutes gone. 3rd term. Breeze still favouring left of screen to the Sunbury end. Coach Matty White will be looking for a response in the final term, even in the event of a likely defeat. Just for something that didn't resemble last week's final term. Tap one by Van Meer, who's getting on top in the ruck. Chance here for Merritt, quick hands to Johnson, through traffic. Speak of Matty, got it towards the attacking 50. Lever was good off half back, penetrating kick. Almost got it to half forward. Ball bounced on its point. Favoured Thompson. Got it to Matty Johnson, who's really starting to accumulate. Right foot kick to space. Foot race on. Bouncing ball. Molan leading into the race. The gather was good. The tackle was excellent from Stevens. He managed to release the ball towards McDougall, who saw it over the line for a boundary throw in 50 metres away from the East Point goal. 74 plays 46. 4 goals to 3 in favour of East Point in this 3rd term. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Van Meel. Hurry kick out of the congestion. Favoured Laird. Just had to sit for him. It did in the end, and he gave it to Muir. Tackled. Not out of trouble yet. Ball goes back into the swarm of players. Beast to a honeypot. Kenny got on the end of it. Somehow released the footy onto the boot. Clearing ball, found Thompson. Conlon stood up behind the contest and sent them, it might have been Fraser, in fact, sent the ball forward, and Lever has taken a nice overhead mark. He wastes no time, nearly too much at the end. But he was managed to be composed and got it to Guthrie, tipped it over the top, and the kick was, well, it wasn't Guthrie, it was Stevens who found Guthrie. It like for like, same barber, or Salon, more to the point. So Guthrie with ball in hand. Goes with the right boot towards outer centre wing. There's the fly from Molan. Took it uncontested in the end. Sunbury look a bit out on their feet here at the moment. Jeffrey over the top. How will it sit? Oh, you're in trouble here, Conlon, but he released the ball because Brown came off half back to lend some assistance to help out the outnumber. They were able to square away a stop. It was almost a win for East Point in the end because seemingly made a meal of that there for a moment. A rare meal, not a McDougall meal. Chance here for Canny. Quick hands, got it to Merritt. High up and under, plenty of purchase on the kick. Favours Lever. Bouncing ball, Rodamaronis. Good tackle there from Lever. But Rodamaronis stood up, broke the tackle. Hand pass over to Conlon, needs to be quick. And ran, looked out towards squaring the ball, but then opted for the second option. Kick across the body. It's missed off to the left. He had options. One of those was a goal, of course. But he missed. 12-3, 75. East Point lead Sunbury 7-4, 46. Tick over 28 minutes gone, 3rd term. So Muir with the trusty right boot gets beyond the defensive 50. Went over the head of Filmer. Chance here for Thompson. We can sit for him. Dribbling ball. Good work there from Miller. Gee. Brown, it was land in fact. Brown just came off half back and it's like a steam train. Chance here for Spiteri, needed to go by hand. It was too much for Lant. Favoured Johnson in the end. We got it back to Howard, tumbling kick. Jones got a bad bounce. Presenting well there was Geordie Johnson. He gathered, but hand pass didn't get through the traffic. Urban lowered the eyes. Kick was good. Found McLean. It goes forward. Bouncing ball. Guess who's waiting out the back? J.S. Sutton, the number 68. Knocked it back into the field of play. Clever. Doyle. Oh, he's missed. It was almost a terrific share team goal there for the Lions, and that would have brought the house down as we near the end. The dying minutes of this 3rd term. Sunbury 47, Each point 75. Ball comes back into play from Johnson to the safety of Jacob Brown. So Brown will come. Broadcast side coincides with the sounding of the siren to end the third quarter here at Clark Oval, where East Point added 4 goals, 2 for the term. Sunbury kicked 3-1 of their own. So East Point with a handy three-quarter time lead of 28 points. 12-3-75. The Kangas endeavouring to make it 14 on the trot. Lead Sunbury 7-5-47. The goal scorers, East Point, McDougall has 4, Merritt 3, and 1 each to Geordie Johnson, Molan, Jeffrey, Canny, and Robinson. Whilst for Sunbury, Sutton has 3, Doyle 2, and 1 each to Lant and Egan. All right, time to get a quick score from around the grounds before our final break here at the Clark Oval in the BFNL's match of the round via the Red Onion Vision. Don't forget, next week we're off to McPherson's Park. It'll be Melton hosting Darley. All right, let's go. Back a smash, 8-7-55, trail Darley 12-5-77. Ballarat led Melton South by 39 points at half-time. No updates there. Lake Windermere 7-3-45, trail Melton 21 goals, 6, 132. Now let's just have a look at no goal scorers up yet for Melton. And of course, Redan 5-3-33, trail North Ballarat 7-6-48. But here in front of us, it's East Point with a 28-point commanding lead over Sunbury at the final break here in the BFNL's match of the round. A break and back with the final quarter action in around 5 minutes' time.
Despicable Me 4 has landed at Macca's. Try our banana desserts range for despicable grown-ups and a Happy Meal for your little minions. Despicable Me 4, only in cinemas.
It's time for the Ballarat Football Netball League Top 5 plays for round 16. Coming in at number 1, it's Mitch Fino from Melton South. Panthers just working the ball forward, then Mitch is able to get on the outside. On the run from beyond 50. Dobs it with the right boot. A lovely goal to kick us off. At number 2, it's the highlights machine himself, Braden Kite from Melton. Zigs one way, zigs the other, then puts it on the right boot and brings it back for a goal. At number 3, a nice win on Saturday for the Swans. And Harry Butler, look at this one, coming across, takes a nice mark. Looking forward to seeing Ballarat in finals this year. At number 4, another one for the Panthers, and this is exactly what you want from your forward. A little bit of pressure there from Jesse Geddes, then David George comes in to clean it up, gets the handball across to Shannon Greetham, who bangs it on the boot for a goal. And finally, the wraps up at number 5. It's Bryson McDougall from East Point. This bloke had the ball on a string in the first half. Could do no wrong, kicking 7 in the half, 8 for the game, and this was the pick of the bunch.
Welcome back to the Clark Oval. Sun still streaming down here ahead of the final quarter action. East Point lead by 28 points. They'll kick to the left of screen. As the siren sounds to get play underway. What have Sunbury got left in the tack? Urban's gone into the ruck. Off half back was Jones. Hurried kick towards the attacking 50. Chance here for Stevens. Through traffic, went by hand, got it to Lever. Now can they create an overlap here? So Bramble found Lewis, who made a rare aerial error, uncontested. Got time to regather. The gather at the ankles was good from Bramble. He arched the back. Under pressure. Was able to steady in the end. Sent it to out of centre wing. Urban wanted the hold, denied by the umpire. And it'll be squared away for a stoppage. Opening minute, final term. Breeze favouring left of screen. Tap one by Urban. And they combine here through Guthrie, so they're not giving up the ghost. Sunbury. McLean presented, just threw it over the top to Doyle, who went by hand to Stevens. Wide to the pocket. Sutton's got it. Gee, good player. Just keeps presenting. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here. So Sunbury kicked the first goal of the opening term. The first goal of the third term. And a chance to get the start they need in this final term. So Sutton will kick from just inside 50. Kicks on its way. Looks good off the boot. Oh. Hit the post. Not the first poster of the afternoon. East Point had one in that third term also, so the ledger squared away on that front with the woodwork. Tick over 2 minutes gone. Ball comes back into play. Merritt had to be strong, and he was. Just outpointed Lewis on that occasion. Ball goes along towards outer centre wing. Clean bowled all and sundry. Rolled out the back and found touch over the line for a boundary throw in. Outer side centre wing. Sunbury with the first score. Of the final term. Albeit a behind, shallow boundary throw in. Even the boundary umpires are getting tired here at Sunbury. Who can blame them? But the umpires picked out a free kick here. So Cameron goes with the short kick to Muir. He'll just chip it over the top. Back to Cameron. So he'll go short. And back to Cameron it goes. And found Sutton on the lead. It's a bit like a training drill. So he wastes no time. Onto the right boot, gets plenty of purchase on the footy. Has he got the journey? Now, it's hit the post. Righto, that's better. Just a lack of footwork from the goal umpire. Left us all out of the what was going on. So Jacob Brown to bring the ball back into play as a proppy bounce and then delivers with a high up and under kick towards half back. Robinson in front of it, knocked away from him. Sunbury seemingly have numbers here, but Rodamaronis will cut off the hair pass and weaves his way around traffic, and the right foot kick is good. Gee, how they got out of that there, East Point, with the conceding numbers. So McDougall got it to Rodamaronis, back to McDougall. And he just ran away, the big fella. Bereft of option. Got the overlap. Conlon can get this. And he does. Ran away. Took a bounce. Well, bounced all right. Bounced back over his head. Somehow fell back into his possession. High up and under kick. Molan at Stevens. No one really touched it. All important grab here. Acrobats. Or acrobatic performance there from deep in the goal square. Gathered there by Jones. And he's just missed off to the right. And Wood looks a bit hurt there for Sunbury. They haven't had the best run over the last couple of months with injury, Sunbury. But Lever will bring the ball back into play. And found brother Cal just will remain on the Christmas list or the Christmas card list for another year. 45 kick found Doyle. Lazy kick. Cut off there by Van Meel. Sunbury again, though, with an out number. They'll cop a stoppage here, East Point. That's a win. Ball up, half forward. Tap one by Urban. Guthrie threw it on the boot. Went with the outside and then checked to the right towards the boundary line. McLean endeavours to keep it in. He fell over. Opened the door for Thompson, who went by hand to Q. High up and under, Rodemaronis at the back with a spoil on Urban. Did enough. Tackle was good from Matty Johnson. Did well not to infringe. Rodemaronis, hand pass, got it to Conlon. Meant for Taylor, grabbed there by Stevens. He was tackled, and there'll be another stoppage. Right in front of us here, half forward for East Point, who lead by 27 points. Tick over 6 minutes gone. Final term. Urban with the tap. Egan with the rush, albeit a dribbling ball. Soccer. Ricochets off the shins. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. 6.5 minutes gone. Final term. East Point 12-4-76. Lead Sunbury 7-7. 49. It'll be Urban and Van Meel. Van Meel won the tap. Cameron waiting at ground level somehow. Manufactured a hand pass meant for Lant. Johnson couldn't deny Spiteri an exit by foot. Gained about 25 metres for his side. And then Q has been held, said the umpire. So he went short to Jones. He too's been a welcoming addition into this East Point lineup. In 2024, been good down back. So he goes to Brown. Back to Jones. That's a tunnel. That's a free kick against Johnson, but the umpire didn't pay it. Chance here for Muir, who went by hand to Cameron. Somehow Van Meel got an important hand on it. Turnover opportunity. Canning set the ball forward. Merritt one-on-one with Stevens. Stevens did well, the youngster. Conceding experience. Held his own. Look out. Geordie Johnson over the top. McDougall, number 5. Handful of goals for McDougall. And East Point get their 13th. Stevens did well, the youngster, against Merritt, ex-AFL, good body user. Squared that away, but just didn't have the support at ground level. The reinforcements, they just came from the Kangas. And Johnson and McDougall. All the big names combined. McDougall gets goal number 5. Back at the restart. Matty Johnson again. Tumbling kick forward. Clean bowled Merritt. Waiting in the back there was Geordie Johnson. Could have infringed on Lee. Umpire called play on. Chance for Lever. Merritt wanted the hold. Umpire called play on. Jeffrey tackled. Good play by Lever not to hang on for too long. Lee released the hand pass and they're away here at Sunbury through Lewis, who got it to Muir. Went to hand pass and then turned around and lowered the eyes, and the kick was good and found Doyle. Played on, gave it back to Muir, who ran across half-back. He can have a bounce, but he needs someone to present forward. Lant did that, touched the umpire said. Much to the chagrin of Lant, who was tackled, taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up. Centre wing broadcast side. Near 9 minutes gone, final term. So, it'll be Muir back into the ruck against Van Meel, who works tirelessly in that position all afternoon. Cameron taken to the ground with ball in hand by Matty Johnson. Then we a ball up, true centre wing. Tap one by Muir. Egan gathered. Lucky to get away with that in the end, but the right call. 76 East Point leads Sunbury 49. 9.5 minutes gone. Muir. Oh, umpire's picked out a free kick here for a high. So the scoreboard owes East Point a goal. They're actually 13 goals for 82. 82, yeah. So East Point are owed a goal. So they'll have to fix that. So Van Meel sent the ball towards half forward. Well, it wasn't him, was it? Just had my vision blurred there momentarily as I was just counting up the goal scorers. Of course, it wouldn't have been Van Meel at all, kicking the ball backwards. Apologies. The restart. Tap one by Muir to Howard. Tackled. And slung, said the umpire. He's been important today. And he goes with the right boot. Close towards the boundary line. Lever sets himself and his name written all over that a mile away. He goes in the middle of the ground. The kick was good to Doyle, who marked. Near unattended onto that preferred left. Had to thread the needle to Miller. Somebody got numbers through Canning. Wild hair pass meant for Brown. Geordie Johnson lended the assistance. Gave it to Brown in the end. That was a clever little dribbling ball. Territory gained. He found Conlon. Went inboard to Thompson. Gee, they're good here. Look out. Here goes Jeffrey. Took a bounce. Ran to 60. Not sure what to do, but send the long one in. McDougall. Second attempt. Oh, tapped away. Good defence there by the Lions. Bygate just needs some help. There was none forthcoming. Tired legs out there. Right foot kick towards Molan, who presented. How will it sit for him? Okay, broke the tackle of Stevens and put a nail in the coffin for Sunbury. It's a good finish there from Molan. He gets his second. And East Point's 14th goal of the afternoon. They're 14 goals for 88. They lead Sunbury 7-7-49. So that's the game. So regardless of what happens next week, Darley will finish third. Sunbury will finish fourth. Back at the restart. Tap one by Van Meel. Into the mud. Canny did well to shovel a hair pass out to Matty Johnson. Right foot kick in the Jeffrey direction. Confidence player is this Jeffries. He's a real talent, especially when he's running back with the flight of the ball towards goal. Dangerous. Right foot kick. Awkward one at that. Kick let him down. Oh, Lever. Outstretched. Spilled it. Brother Moronis. Now he's on the board. Now the floodgates starting to open. Not a code needed for East Point. Just waltz on in. Rodder Moronis gets his first. McDougall has 5. Merritt 3. 2 to Molan and 1 each to Geordie Johnson, Jeffries, Canny, Robinson and Rodder Moronis, the most recent. $15,494 East Point lead Sunbury 7-7-49. 13 and a half minutes gone in this final term here. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Conlon, quick hands, got it to Canny. Got another clearance. Right foot kick in the Geordie Johnson direction. The fly somehow kept his feet. How will it sit for him? He's normally good at ground level and in the air. Conceded by hand to brother Matty on his non-preferred. Awkward but effective. Jeffrey got a bit of it. And we'll get the free kick for a chop. So Jeffries will go back. Jeffrey. Shot on goal here from 49 metres out. Sunbury have 3 final quarter goals in the opening 14 minutes of this term. Sunbury goalless. Sunbury have been goalless to the right of screen all afternoon. All of their 7 goals coming to the left. So Jeffrey kicks on its way from 48. Oh, he's hit the post. So it'll be Lever to bring the ball back into play. Tyson, I speak of. It goes in the urban direction. Fraser committed. Made sure the ball came to ground, but not before Spiteri could gather and gave it over towards Doyle. Went with the left boot. McLean got a terrible bounce. So too did Cameron. Ball comes back to cut off there by Callum Lieber. There's a poor kick there from Q. He kicked it to 3 Sunbury blokes. Speaking of poor kicks, Callum Lieber's turned it over to Conlon. He's told to play on. Look out! And he'll go backwards and steady the ship and found Van Meel. So Van Meel will just chip it over the top. And Johnson and Lant met solidly. And Lant will get the mark end or free kick at the end. So he'll go backwards to Bygate. And he will go lateral to Lewis. Got plenty on the kick. Now this needs to equate to an overlap if they can get it. Right foot kick to outer centre wing. Kick meant for Miller. Thompson on his hammer. Kicked it to the advantage of Molan, who conceded by hand to Merritt. Standing start. Right foot kick in the Robinson direction. Good Sunbury defence. They combined by hand. It was a terrible handball in the end, but they're going to get away with it through Power, who got it to Wood, who found Lewis. Still a couple of Sunbury blokes on the ground who can't impact the contest, so they're forced to go back to Lever, who found brother Callum. He'll come back broadcast side. Thanks, Cal, who found Jacob Bygate. On the right boot to centre wing. Urban needs a kind bounce. Well, he got it in the end, but he was wrapped up and tackled to the ground. And there'll be a ball up on centre wing. Sunbury 49, trail East Point 95. 46-point lead. No, yep, that's right. So here's Conlon again. Clever little hand pass over towards Filmer. Left foot kick, kept it in play. Quick hands from Johnson. Taylor went to ground, coughed it up at the end. Bygate gathered. Hand pass meant for Stevens. Gathered by Spiteri though. Urban went inboard. Looking there towards Miller. Cut off there by Canny, who went to half forward. The kick was good and found Jeffrey, who marked in front of Wood. Gee, Conlon just keeps running. Keeps presenting, providing an option. "16 Sunbury players left of the Jeffries kick as they tumble the ball into attack. No surprise, the outnumber. Bygate dropped what he should have taken. But somehow they'll, with a weight of number, they'll get the mobbing up through Lewis. And the kick was good and found Wood, who played on, got it to Power. Bereft of option forward because they're all left, but he managed to find one through Doyle in the end. He's got Spiteri in the middle if he wants him. He'll go there now. The kick needs to be good. The spoil was terrific there from Taylor. Who's at ground level? Lount was one of those, but he copped his opponent high. There'll be a free kick to the Kangas. There, little jump in the mud before the end of the game as Taylor wastes no time playing on. Goes with the right boot. Out towards Merritt, who's pushed forward. Here goes Jones, but he ignores that option and comes broadcast side, meant for Canny. Spoil on the ball there was good there from Lee. Canny with the evasive skills. Went back towards Geordie Johnson, sent the ball into attack. They can ruffle it here, Sunbury. It'll be Callum Lever. Good kick. Found Stevens on the defensive 50 for Sunbury. He'll just chip it over the top to Doyle. He can go inboard to Egan. Barely went the required, but... Ball, look out! Kick was okay in the end. Wood got it. Quick hands to Bramble. Got it over the top to Lever. They'll hook up by hand again to Power, and he'll run away with a bounce. And he managed to get the hand pass away over towards Lewis. He too obliged with the bounce and ran to half forward. Sent the ball into attack. Sutton the target. Went over his head. Little hand on the ball there from Howard. Dribbling ball forward. Gathered there by Cairns. And he ran away with the outside of the right boot. Got plenty on the kick. It's going to come back. Egan. Conceded by hand to Stevens. Quick hands. Jones did well to get a hand on it. And went to Soccer. Did well to keep it alive. Lee went by hand to Lever. Needs to steady the ship through the middle of the ground. Intercepted there by Taylor. He got his own advantage in the end. And Molan will just suck some air out of the game and give everyone a spell. As he just goes lateral to Thompson. Near 20 minutes gone, final term. East Point lead by 46 points. He'll go short to Cairns, and the kick was okay. McDougall just presented a little early, so he kept going in the end. So Sunbury still with numbers behind the ball. So he might as well go backwards, McDougall, and he obliges to Willems. He goes back to Brown, who goes to Thompson, to Willems, who goes back to Thompson. Round and round the garden they go. East Point, not in a rush. The kick goes along the line, in towards the Van Meal direction. Had it knocked away from him by his opposing 35 in Bramble. That's a throw. Umpire called play on. Chance here for Cairns. Quick hands, got it to Rodamaronis. Levers tried hard all day. Tried to hand pass the ball towards Bygate, but they had some traffic. Some kangaroos in the way, if you don't mind. The ball finds its way over the line for a throw-in on half-forward broadcast side. So 3 goals. Both ruckmen just go to ground. Oh, throw it in again because the ruckman fell over. There was nothing wrong with the throw-in. 2 tired blokes, they'll sleep well tonight. Muir and Van Meal. Here we go. Throw in. I'll nearly end up on the ground again. Van Meal won the tap. Cairns been good. Oh, ping for holding the ball. Well, that was well done there by Muir, who helps him back to his feet. And he should just go short here if he likes. And why wouldn't he? Couldn't have gone any shorter. To Power by hand. It goes lateral. McDougall got in the way. But Bygate steadied and went short towards Lee, who went by hand to Wood. He'll get onto that left boot. To outer centre wing. Presenting was McLean, who wheeled onto the right boot and found Miller. Had to ask a lot of him. Gathered by Fraser. He's got some support. Right foot kick there from Willems, meant for Merritt. Cut off there by Lee. He'll play on by hand to Lever, who's got Muir. You can keep the trend coming this way in that lateral movement to Stevens. Got to go to Egan, who's worked hard for this footy, and he'll get it. Just not enough players pushing across. There's just no options. He's better off going to McLean here. But instead, tied kick, found Power, effective. Now he's in trouble. He'll go back to Egan. He's got Stevens behind him. He'll go there. Can't go back to Bygate, can he? Well, he will. Fumbled the ball. Just chip it over the top. Yeah, well, you won't see the last couple of minutes in the highlights reel, that's for sure, as Lee goes lateral and further afield towards Wood, who gathered it. Everyone's just racking up disposals here at will, because everyone's buggered. Chipped over the top there from Guthrie, and the kick was okay, and found Callum Lever, who swept the ball with the foot in the middle of the ground towards Muir. Now he's got a bit of pace on the footy. He's still got some legs. Sends the ball forward in the Sutton direction. He's got it again. Waste no time. Lowers the eyes. They're up to the task there. Oh, look out. This is Bramble. It could be goal of the day. No, off to the right. Just not Sunbury's day today. They've done a lot right, just not enough right, because East Point have just been too strong for too long. They're going to be a tough side to beat. Willems will end up on the end of this. He looks to go backwards again. Not a lot of energy of players presenting forward of the ball. So Robinson did. Ball went to ground. Taylor hasn't given up the ghost. Willems did well. Back to Taylor, back to Willems. Making a case for a finals berth is young Willems in the infancy of his senior career. Spoiled there by Lever on outside centre wing. Ground ball opportunity. Cameron fired the hair pass out. Chance here for Muir. Lowered the eyes. Kick to half forward. But it's all East Point, and it's Fraser, who went short to Rodamaronis, who marks on the chest and then goes backwards to Robinson. He'll go back to Jones, who found Canny, who was strong overhead. Some good pressure there from Doyle, but Canny was up to it. And he goes to the outer side of the ground. And the timekeepers have done the right thing and put an end to this game. And there wasn't much going on in the last 10 minutes. Side to side, kick to kick, with the sting gone right out of the game. The cue essentially in the rack from both parties. It was a really hard-fought game. You can't blame them for being fatigued at the end. Both sides, well, they really gave their all. And it was all on tied legs at the end. But East Point, who, as I mentioned earlier, was strong enough, or too strong, for too long. And they've prevailed here at the Clark Oval. 15-5-95 have defeated Sunbury 7-8-50 by 45 points. As the sun is going down here, dark skies overhead. Let's go through the goal scorers. McDougall finished with 5 for the winners. Merritt 3, 2 to Molan, and 1 each to Jeffries, Geordie Johnson, Canny, Robinson, and Rodamaronis. Whilst for Sunbury, Sutton kicked 3, Doyle 2, and 1 each to Lant and Egan. All right, let's go around the grounds. Bacchus-Marsh 75, Darley 88. Lake Windermere East 51, Melton 165. Redan 33, North Ballarat 48. That hasn't been updated for a while, neither has the Melton South game. But we'll focus our attention to here for the final minute. East Point, after trailing by 14 points at quarter time, have gone on to record a resounding 45-point win. And their 14-game winning streak continues. 15-5-95, East Point have defeated Sunbury 7-8-50. It took all of the Kangas to get it done. A very sharing of the load, very team-oriented performance, honest performance. It'll be tough to take anyone out of that side, that's for sure. 45-point win to East Point. Sunbury, well, they're close, but there's... it's not too bad being just off the pace of the strength of East Point. And there's another team going around here today too in Melton who are going to be hard to beat. So they're the two big dogs to beat. Melton and East Point, sort of Darley seem to be a gap away, and then a small gap to Sunbury and North Ballarat and Ballarat. But all honest with East Point, they were able to fight back after being challenged early. They've won by 45 points, 15-5-95. They've defeated Sunbury 7-8-50. And McDougall, he's booted 5 goals for the winners in another very positive performance in the front half for the Kangas. But on behalf of the crew here out of the Clark Oval, we bid you all a good afternoon.